Hello, my name is Dr. Hamovitz. I'm speaking from Rishon LeZion, from Israel. And today I would like to summarize, if summary is the right word, the last year since the Hamas massacre on 7th of October 2023. Today is 7th of October 2024, 1 year from the massacre, from where the terrorist organization from Gaza invaded the southern border of Israel and killed 1,400 people, children, infants, women, elderly, and men, burned, mutilated, raped, and made many more atrocities towards the civilian population in the southern border. Not provoked and not even stopped. They invaded about 400 terrorists. Later on came another 4,000 looters and made the southern border of Israel a mess, a tragedy. Since then, the Israeli army started retaliating. The army invaded Gaza, and the destruction is enormous. We found there that with Qatarian budgeting and Iranian armoring, they build tunnels under Gaza, under the territory of Gaza, and a new city, a whole city, miles and miles, kilometers and kilometers of tunnels in which they were preparing themselves for at least 15 years for this invasion. This invasion was stopped at the same day, and the army start finding, tracing, and killing the terrorists, the perpetrators, the leaders, the commanders, and still rockets are shot from Gaza, even today, to Israel. During this time, Hezbollah from the north, a terrorist organization that lives in a sovereign state of Lebanon, terrorizing Lebanon itself, start shooting rockets to the northern border of Israel. In this coming year, they shot approximately 80,000 rockets, causing the evacuation of almost all the citizens and inhabitants of the southern border to the center of the country, making a disaster, a destruction of kibbutzes, towns, cities, and agriculture, and especially killing many people. The Air Force start bombing Lebanon. At the beginning, the southern border of Lebanon, where the Hezbollah was mainly spread, and then went to Beirut, to the headquarters. During this, the Air Force shot and killed the head of Hezbollah, Nasrallah, and his replacement, together with all the upper commandment of Hezbollah. At the same time, we have suffered ballistic missiles coming from Yemen, from Iraq, and last week, a major attack of 180 ballistic missiles from Iran. A sovereign state attacking another sovereign state with no border, with no dispute, just because they can. of course, Israel would not be able not to retaliate. So, and now we are thinking about what to target, the nuclear plants or the oil industry that is the channel of life for the Iranian citizens. All the 180 missiles were shot down, mainly by Israeli defense systems, but also Americans and Jordanians. This day, at 5:30 in the morning, my family and I went, there was the sirens, and we went to the shelter because of a missile from Iraq that was shut down, and half an hour ago with a missile from Yemen. One of the poorest countries in the world. People are starving there to death. But what they are doing is shooting Iranian missiles towards Israel. All those terrorists and enemy countries don't understand and not perceive one thing, the spirit of the Jewish people. The Jewish people is a nation that survived all the empires that tried to eliminate us. The Babylonians and the Persians and the Ottomans and the Crusaders and the Byzantines and the Romans, all of them tried to, and the Greeks, all of them tried to eliminate the Jewish people. They are not with us, and the Jewish people survived. Very few, 15, 16 million all around the world. But imagine what is the contribution of these Jewish people. Just to say, look at the impact of the Jewish people on research, on medicine, on technology, on art, philosophy, and whatever field that you can think about. Look at the number of Nobel Prize winners, Jewish ones, with extremely not in proportion to the size of this nation. We were persecuted. We were, they tried to eliminate us from the Inquisition in Spain and the Nazi concentration camp and to Dachau and Bergen-Belsen and Auschwitz. We survived. We survived and we came back to our legally promised land, which the United Nations recognized our right to be here. In 1948, we declared independence, and since then, we are all the time in wars, in conflicts, with nations that don't understand that they can hurt us, they can kill some of us, they can destruct some of our buildings, but they cannot win. They cannot win us. We don't have the privilege to lose. If we lose, we would not be here. Our great Prime Minister, Golda Meir, said in one of her interviews that if we will lay down our weapon, we will not be here. We will not survive. If our enemies will lay down its weapon, there will be peace all around the region. She said another saying, said, she hopes that our enemies around us will love their children as much as they hate Israel and the Jewish people. If they will do so, peace will come. We are a nation that seeks peace. We are a nation that seeks progress. We can be a beacon of light to all the nations around us that will agree to become a part of bringing our nations towards a better future. What future the current enemies promise their people? What are the Gazians? What is the future of the Gazians? What is the future for the people in the West Bank, in Jordan, in Iraq, in Yemen? What should a child in Yemen think about his future? Does he have a future? Will he survive or starve to death? So instead of bringing all our region towards peace and progress and development, we are stuck in an endless circle of war, of death, of destruction. And in it, Israel as a border towards the Western world. Without us, next is Europe, next is America. Please remember, we are only the little Satan. The big Satan is the United States. As for now, we see hundreds of thousands marching in the main streets of London, seeking elimination of Israel. Think that only 2,000 of those hundreds of thousands will gather ammunition and start shooting in the streets. Will Europe wake up? Will America wake up? The immigrants that are coming to Europe and to the United States say that they are flooding from the horrible regimes in their own countries. But nevertheless, they bring this horrible and this disastrous behavior to the enlightened countries that have the patience and the compassion to embrace them. And Europe is doomed. If nothing will be changed, Europe will become, as some already say, Eurabia. And let's remember, this causes the extreme right to rise. Extreme right was Nazism. Extreme right was fascism. And with that is the end of Europe as we all know it, love it, and want to maintain it. The Israeli people, the Jewish people in Israel, will rise, will survive, although the difficulties. More than 800 soldiers already died to protect Israel, to protect the civilian society. And they will continue to protect because we need to survive. Another saying of late Golda Meir is, we are here because we don't have any place to go as a nation. After the Holocaust, we came here, and we are here to stay. And our enemies, as well as our friends, needs to know it and understand it and remember it. 68% of the people that were evacuated from our northern border already went back, building back their homes, their communities, their kibbutzes and towns and farms and barns and agricultural fields, because this is what we are doing. This is how we survive. We come from the ashes, we come from the dust, like the legendary phoenix, and we build ourselves from the beginning. And we are here. I would like to give an example. 1919, Jews and Arabs were living together for centuries in Hebron, Khalil, Nablus, and someday came an imam from another country and said, kill the Jews. So they killed more than 100 Jews, neighbors. What was our retaliation? Not coming back and killing them back. 1921, we established the Hebrew University in Jerusalem. This is how we retaliate. One of the best universities in the world. This is how we retaliate. This is how we see the world. And this is why we will never lose. We will always win. And when we win, when the Jewish people win, all the world wins. In the Holocaust, 6 million of us were gassed and killed. Professors, researchers, scholars, poets, philosophers. 6 million died. And what you got instead? Millions of ignorant, poor, violent immigrants came to your cities and your countries and change what was Europe, what was the United Kingdom. Let me summarize, please, with your permission. Am Yisrael Chai. The children of Israel will always live forever in our countries. This is our roots. This is the place I was born. This is the place where my daughters were born. This is the place where my grandchild was born. And this is the place where the Jewish people and the Israeli citizens will live. This is our root. We don't have any place other to go. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for listening, and please share and spread. Thank you.